Yo, what up, YouTube? It's your boy Joe Barber once again. It is Thursday. It's about 10 a.m. and I'm on my way to the barbershop. I have appointments from 11 till 8 o'clock this evening. I think I have an hour lunch break, which I usually don't have, but I'm grateful for because I got other stuff that I got to do on the phone and answering emails and whatnot. Today's video is a very important one. I do a lot of in the mornings I have a lot of personal time. I try to grow myself. I try to focus and meditate and try to get myself motivated for the day, because it's easy to just like get lost. You get lost in your morning sometimes, watching TV, watching shows, being on social media, looking at all the Facebook stuff, all the YouTube stuff, fantasy football, basketball news, all the world news and all the stuff that's going on, man. And a lot of times what I can tell you about that is that stuff doesn't matter and you have no control over it. A lot of those things do impact you in smaller ways, but at the end of the day, I would say, me personally, I just focus on the things that I can control and how to personally grow. So that's what today's message is: personal growth, holding yourself accountable, and what steps you can do that. I personally decided to not have my phone in the mornings near me. I would charge my phone in the kitchen just so I don't wake up and that's the first thing I reach for. That was a bad habit that I felt like I had. So I told myself for 21 days, I'm gonna leave my phone in the kitchen. Now, the only thing that sucks, it's crazy. The only thing that sucks is one day at my barbershop, somehow, some way, someone tried to break in and the alarm went off, but because the phone wasn't near me, I didn't know. But thankfully I have cameras and I got a license plate and all that, and we're pursuing that and whatnot. Nothing was taken, thank God, but that did happen. So word of caution, that might happen. But anyways, I'm working on doing more personal growth daily. And this is one of the ways. And what I want to tell you is that success is not something that you attain. It pursues you when you decide to work on yourself. And it sounds crazy, but it's true. So it's not success is not like what I mean by that is not what you get, like the nice house and the car and all that. You have to have personal growth to be able to maintain that. It's like if I went and gave you $1 million, if you didn't know how to manage it and you didn't know how, what it takes to take care of those $1,000, you may say like, nah, man, I'm gonna invest it in this and that. But because you may not have a lot of good habits in maintaining the money, you may not be disciplined enough, you'll lose it all. And that's the thing that I'm learning in my life. I'm going through a lot of obstacles, and I feel like that's what it's getting me ready for, is learning how to maintain my money and learning how to distribute it properly, because it's hard managing money, man. I promise you. Sometimes, some days you make a lot of money as a barber or as a business owner, and I'm trying to open up a school and do all this stuff, and I know all this money's coming my way soon, and I don't want it to overwhelm me, because you have to learn how to pay taxes, write deductibles, and keeping track of what you're paying and what's coming in, what's going out. You have to have a system, and that's what I'm working on right now. But the personal growth, it prepares you for those kind of things. And I'll tell you that if you don't have any goals, like daily goals, weekly goals, monthly goals, yearly goals, like, you have to write this stuff down, man. I want all my barbers out there to understand this. If you want to get to a position to where money is not what we think it is. Money is a tool. You got to learn to use it, or it's going to use you. And it's going to take all your time, all your life. And some people, you can look, it's in the history. Some people that have earned a lot of money are not happy. I can't answer for them, but I know that there's a lot of people that are not happy because they get the 5 million, the 10 million, the 20. It's always you're chasing it. It never ends. It's always like that, like where it never ends. Now, if you're capable of doing it and you're smart enough and you're enjoying it, cool. But if it becomes to where like, nah, man, if I get 20 million, I'll be happy. Nah, if I get 50, 100 million, it's going to keep going and it's going to consume you. And You know, that, and I've studied that, because there's a lot of people out there that are making a lot of money, man, but then you look at their lives and you look at how they're living and what they're doing, and I know it's because of they're not happy with what they've become. And I feel like that's where the happiness is, that's where the success is, and what you're becoming, whether it's at your job, whether it's in your business, whether it's in your whatever it is, man. What are you becoming? And if you love what you're becoming and you're passionate about who you're becoming, I feel like that's going to be a game changer for all of us. And it's a daily thing, man, daily thing where you have to make sacrifices and you have to overlook things and you have to be positive and hold yourself accountable. I write stuff down all the time in my office. I sit down, and some days, yeah, man, I get to the point, I promise you guys, man, I want to give up. I want to stop, because it's a lot. It's a lot. Like, you know, you're wearing a lot of hats when you're running a business, and when you're trying to grow in your life and you're trying to do better, and you're evolving, you know what I'm saying? And you're going through a lot of obstacles, and it's hard. It's hard, man. To be a father, to be a husband, you know, to be, you know, like, you're conscious about your health, and then you have the fears of the world that are coming at you, you know, get the shot, don't get the shot, you know, you're sick, this person's sick, and not even that, you have other diseases and stuff out there, that cancer, and you know, people there's a lot of stuff out there, you know what I'm saying? But what you focus on, you have to focus on the things that matter to you, because if not, you'll be all over the place, man, and you're not gonna really stay in one lane. You can't take steps in 6 different lanes and expect to move. It's hard, man. So there's a lot of balance, but I would tell you right now, man, the whole thing with self-development is important. It really is, because you start your days off better. You start making sacrifices, things that are hurting you, bad energy, having a bad attitude, just focusing on the bad. You're gonna just attract more bad, and not growing in spiritually, not growing mentally, all those things. And you want to set your goals. What do you want to accomplish this week? Whether it's paying stuff, whether it's having more customers, whether it's marketing, whether it's, you know, writing down your dreams, all that stuff. Like, what do you want to do? What do you want to accomplish this week? What do you want to accomplish this month? You know, there's a lot of things that sorry, there's this car that's going like 50 miles an hour. So there's all these things that you want to accomplish in life, and you have to be able to hold yourself accountable. You have to be able to write things down, and whatever you didn't hit, understand why you didn't hit that mark. Why didn't you hit that goal? Why didn't you accomplish it? And hold yourself accountable. You can't blame the next person. You can't blame, you know, the barbershop owner. You can't blame your spouse. You can't blame your kids. You can't blame your friends. Like, there's times, yeah, man, I wish I can go hang out with my friends and drink beer and hang out, but that's not my life. I don't do that. I wish I can go to the gym and work out for, you know, an hour and a half, go play basketball. But that's something that I'm willing to sacrifice right now, because I'm on a mission trying to open up my school. I'm on a mission trying to make my money back, all the money that I've invested, all the time that I've invested. I'm trying to figure out a way to make it work. But I've been unsuccessful. Or not unsuccessful, but I mean, like, I've been struggling just with little things that you would think wouldn't take too much time. You know, I'm still dealing with the IRS, man. I had to change my LLC name. We didn't pay our franchise tax fees because our lawyer didn't notify us. Then we got rid of the lawyer and just did it on our own. We researched, learned, and did all that kind of stuff. So we changed our LLC name within the state. We went and paid our dues and did all that stuff. But I didn't know that you needed to also notify the IRS for name changes to your LLC, because your EIN number needs to match with the name. So our bank, we submitted our forms and everything, and they're like, oh, well, your EIN name and your number don't match, so you need to notify the IRS. So we're like, oh, cool. You know, we did all that. I think I made a video of it. And I'm still dealing with that. And I've been on the phone with them, and it's hard getting a hold of them. I mean, it literally takes hours, because you call in the morning and the automated system will tell you that, oh, high volume calls. They're backed up 60 days. They first told me 45. Now they're saying it's 60. They're dealing with a lot of stuff. I don't know how many people working for the IRS, but it's terrible right now, the wait time. And I don't blame anybody, but it just sucks because I'm dealing with that, and it's hurting me financially because I'm not capable of using my business finances. I'm paying everything out of my own pocket, and it's like a bad feeling. But regardless, that's one of the major things that I'm dealing with. So I can't move forward. I don't want to involve anybody else in my business. I don't want to partner up with anybody. I don't want to get an investor. I've done that in my life, and I've lost a lot of money and time because of that. So I learned my lesson. And it's hard, dude, because I'm trying to do everything just with my wife, and we have the good credit, and we have, whatever we need to get it done. We just don't have the EIN number to make sure that we move forward with this. So this put a big break on our investment and how we're trying to progress in our school and whatnot. But the reason I want to tell you all that is because things are going to come. Things are going to be tough that are out of your hands, dude, and you just got to be persistent. And I have to call the IRS every day, every other day. Today, when I have a break, I have to call them and ask them, like, okay, what's going on? I have a fax machine now because that's the only way that we're going to move quick once they do make the name change. They made the change, but they added another entity underneath my LLC umbrella. So instead of changing the name, they just added another business under it, so it didn't change the name on the EIN. So that's what I'm dealing with right now, and it is just, I'm just like, man, if it's not that, it's something else. I was on my way to Houston to go take my my practical test for my instructor's course. The practical is very easy. It's just talking to people and showing that you know what you're doing. I was just gonna do a shave. So you do your outline, you do a handout sheet, you explain, you follow it from top to bottom, and you display to them that the 14 shaves, freehand, backhand, all that kind of stuff. And I was going to Houston, and then Houston got hit with a hurricane, so I had to postpone it. So now I have to wait till Monday to go take my practical in Austin. So they rescheduled it, they moved it to Austin. So that's what I'm doing. And it's just like little stuff like that, bro. It's life. I could focus on the bad, and I can dwell on it, and I could be mad. Some days I am like that, and I'm just like, not that I'm asking God, but I just ask, like, man, why is this happening to me, dude? I'm the kind of guy that I love to help people. I'm trying to do this school, not just for the financial part. I'm trying to help, man. I want to give away scholarships. I want to help people understand what it takes to be a barber, what it takes to grow your brand, what it takes to open a business, what it is to keep yourself accountable, and how to grow as a human and be responsible and be, trustworthy, and all those kind of qualities that I feel barbers should have. I think there's a lot of barbers right now, in my opinion, there's a lot of narcissistic barbers out there that are just selfish, and they think it's all about them. And I'm like, bro, we're here for the people. We're in the business of people. And some people may tell you, like, man, don't fall in love with your clients, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, man, that person may not have ever struggled where their customers have come through and backed them up like family. I don't have much family, so my clientele is like my family, you know what I'm saying? And they're loyal to me. They take care of me. I take care of them. We build relationships. I've had to watch people struggle while they lose their mother, their child, and that's what I help them cope with, you know what I'm saying? And now that I've gone through some things, I'm able to do that. I'm able to say, bro, like, I know what it feels like to lose your father. I know what it feels like to lose your grandma. I know what it feels like to have your son have to deal with disease that you're like, dude, I don't, why my child, And I've experienced that, and I've grown in those areas. So when I talk to people and I help people, that's what I bring to the table as a barber. It's not just because I'm talented or I can do good haircuts or designs or whatever. That's that is my job. But as a person, man, like, we grow as a barber. You grow to be mature, you grow to be knowledgeable, you want to educate, and I'm an OG now, what they say, right? I'm 40 years old, about to be 41. So that's why I do these videos on YouTube, because I can't reach everybody, and I don't have the time to reach everyone. I don't always have the time to speak to everyone as I would like to. So I put these videos up, and if it helps one person, man, I did my job. I'm good. I'm not, doing this to be famous. If I wanted to do this, man, I would use my Canon. I I have a real expensive Canon, whatever, with nice lenses and all that, but I don't do that. I just do it on my phone while I'm on my way to work, because I'm fully charged at that moment. Before I make these videos, I'm fully charged. I've already meditated, I've been studying, I've been looking, I've been learning, and I apply what I'm learning to the videos, and I just share my experiences. And it's all real deal. Like, it's not, I'm not making scenarios up. This is real experience that I spit. But I want people to understand that, man, it's all about personal growth. Hold yourself accountable. Focus on the positive, man, because it's easy to focus on the negative, and it consumes you, it breaks you. And yeah, you get to the point where you want to get, and it's okay to get to that point, but you got to look on paper and be like, look, man, what am I doing and what am I not doing? Because it's easy to blame everybody else, blame the world, blame the government, blame daddy, mommy not being there, whatever. Every day that you wake up, it's a blessing. You're awake, you get to start over, you get to fix, yourself, your situation. And if you want a big house, that's cool. And there's nothing wrong if you want to drive a Mercedes, if you want to, that's cool. But don't let that make you who you are. Don't think that you're going to get all this happiness because you're driving this vehicle. Now, if you want to gift yourself something because you've been busting your butt for so long and you feel like you deserve it, that's great. But I get to a point, man, where in my life, I'm like, man, I know I don't need those things. Yeah, it's nice to have them, but at the same time, I'm like, I don't need that to validate who I am. Who I'm becoming is what I'm proud of. And who I have in my life is who I'm proud of, or what I'm proud of. My children are healthy. I have a home. Yeah, I have a couple vehicles, blah, blah, blah. But I focus on, okay, man, who am I becoming, and what am I going to do? What's my legacy going to be? And that's what I'm working on. Yes, I have a lot of obstacles. I have a lot of bills. I have a lot of money going out, not too much coming in, but I got to make it do what it do. And every day I try to hold on to God's word. I try to hold on to God's promise, but I hold myself accountable. I don't just pray and be like, all right, God, fix all my problems. Like, nah, man, I set goals and tell myself, all right, Joe, this needs to be done today. These bills need to be paid. These things need to be written down. You got to make sure you get all these receipts. Make sure you take a picture of them, email them to yourself, put them in the file for work. And look at everything that's coming up this week. Okay, how many customers do I have today? Who am I servicing? What do I need for them? Do I have all capes for them? Do I have this? Do I have that? Do I need any equipment at the shop? Do I need to buy anything for the shop? I worry about those things. And I try to stay focused, but you can get derailed so quick with your phone, because you're constantly being distracted. Netflix, Hulu, HBO, Disney, all types of stuff, man. We get caught up in those conversations, and it's fun, man. I'm into the fantasy football. That's cool. I give it 1 day, 2 days of work. I let it just ride, bro, and I let it. Okay, man. There's nothing. I'm not gonna be trying to be on there. Even if I were to win it, like I've had, I don't. It's not worth my time like that. It's fun, but I'm not gonna be watching everyday videos, research. I'm like, nah, man, I got more important things to worry about. And that's what I'm trying to do. So I want to let y'all know, like, those are little distractions that you don't want to take part in. You want to communicate with the people around you, whether it's your spouse, your children. Let them know, like, what you're trying to accomplish, and maybe they can help you discipline yourself better. So, but yeah, man, I recommend that you read a couple of books, self-development books. You want to even if you want to watch videos, look up self-development YouTube videos. There's plenty of information out there. Amazon has a lot of books too, and just research what you want to follow. You don't have to buy a whole bunch of books. You just buy one book, man, and get you started, and just work on a couple of things that you need to discipline yourself on. Cut bad habits out, whatever your bad habits are. I mean, everybody has different bad habits, and whether it's, hey, if you tell yourself, you know what, man, I don't want to watch Netflix or TV for the next, cut your service off. I don't know what to do. I don't want you to be drastic, but I'm saying you have to make these steps in order for you to grow, man. And how you gonna, hit your checklist if you spend your whole time on Netflix, right? You can't do it. You can't do both. So anyways, just be careful out there, guys. I just want to let y'all know that I do care about what's going on with the barber industry. I do care about teaching people properly. I do care about, what I do with my life, and where I'm going and who I'm becoming. So every day I try to figure out a way to get better. And if you're doing the same thing and you're on the same journey, then hey, man, I pray for you, and I hope that you figure out what it is that you need to fix, what you want to pursue, and how you're going to go about doing it, man. We all need to do that. And say no. Say no to going out. Say no to alcohol. Say no to the drugs. Say no to all these things that you know that are bringing you down. I'm telling you, man, it's hard out here for a lot of people. A lot of businesses are going under. A lot of, I'm dealing with a lot of stuff myself, but I can't dwell on it as much as I want to dwell on it and just be like, you know what, man, I'm mad. I'm a good person. I do this, I do that, and this person's winning over here. His barbershop's thriving, and he's not even a good dude, and he's showing out and buying dumb stuff. Like, I can do that if I want to, but then what? I'm not gonna dwell on that. I'm not gonna dwell on, oh man, I don't have 100,000 followers. I don't have this many subscribers. I don't have this many views. I know that there's strategic ways of getting my views up. I know that there's strategic ways of growing my audience and all that, but that's not gonna help me right now. That's, one day that'll be cool, and I'll invest a little money in that and help my audience grow and reach more people and put up more videos, go live on TikTok, go live on whatever, and do all that. But right now, that's not something that's on my list. Really, what I'm trying to do is turn this business into a school, open the school, and fill it up with students and graduates that are wanting to learn, that are wanting to commit, that are wanting to grow, that are wanting to change their life. And this is a lifelong commitment on being a barber. You know what I'm saying? People get in the game and they want it to be just like, charging $50 a haircut, and they've only been cutting for a year, and they're like, oh man, I got talent, this and that, but you lack experience, man, and you got to go through the steps. Don't skip steps, man. Trust the process. You'll get to that point where you're able to charge $60, $100, whatever. It'll get there, but you have to put in the time, man. It takes 10,000 hours to master something, and that's been, that's been the level of commitment for years, you know what I'm saying? And I don't think that you're gonna come up with some way to go around that. It's not gonna happen. It takes 10,000 hours where you have to commit and master it for everything that it is. If you want to break it down into a pie chart, you can, man. I don't care if you're the best at tapers, oh, I can do this taper and I blah blah blah. Well, that's cool, but what haircuts are coming around in your neighborhood? What are you lacking? Are you only able to do 3 or 4 haircuts, and do all your haircuts look the same? Are you able to do longer hair? Are you able to do flat tops or traditional shaves? Whatever it is, there's a lot of things that need to be learned in being a barber. And as far as cutting, are you good with shear work, or can you do a whole haircut with shears? Can you do it with no guards? Like, challenge yourself to grow in those areas, because that's in the longevity of cutting hair. Some people want to cut hair for 3 years and retire and say like, yeah, man, I did it and whatever. And I'm like, bro, or else they'll fail and they'll be like, man, barbering sucks, man. People don't pay, people don't support, people don't blah, blah, blah. And that all has to do with you. It's a reflection of you, of who you are and what you bring to the table. So, self-development is where it's at. Self-development, holding yourself accountable. So that's today's message, man. I'm already at the shop. I'm going to get in and start getting my day ready. I just want to pray for you guys and let y'all know that there's still a way out of this, man. And you keep pushing. Don't give up, but hold yourself accountable. Don't blame anybody. Don't have a bad attitude. That stuff kills dreams, man, for real. Bad attitude and bringing your problems and just bringing them to work and carrying them around and not having solutions for them, or like blocking stuff off and saying no to things. Like, sometimes I don't interact with my family. Sometimes I don't interact with my friends because I'm like, look, man, I don't want to know about those problems because there's nothing I can do. Now, if it's something that requires, some emotional support sometimes, and yeah, man, definitely my friends, those are the people I love. But the thing is, I don't want to deal with drama that is self-inflicted and you get yourself in, nah, man, I ain't got time for that. It's just my family and my job right now that I really want to take care of, because I want to get somewhere to a position where I'm helping a larger amount of people. It's not about selfishness. It's about having a goal and having a plan, and that's what I'm sticking to. So anyway, I know I've been talking too much, but I really wanted to get that out there and let y'all guys know, man, self-development is where it's at. Hold yourself accountable. All right, y'all stay blessed and y'all stay faded.